Please do not listen to this recording whilst driving or operating any machinery. If you'd like to make yourself comfortable, whether you prefer to sit up and listen or lay down is absolutely fine. Uncrossing any hands, arms, legs or feet. And this is to allow circulation throughout your body when you are deeply relaxed. And you can have your eyes open or closed throughout, or you can open and close them as you wish throughout the whole process. And you will be in full control of your own mind throughout the whole process. And you can choose to accept or reject any of the suggestions and ideas that you hear me say. Okay. Now if you can focus on your breathing and notice how as you breathe in, you breathe in calmness, relaxation and peace of mind. And with every breath you breathe out, you breathe out any worries or tension. And this is a process that will continue throughout. With every breath you breathe in and out. And as your breathing continues to relax you in this way, there is nothing of importance for you to do right now other than to just listen to the sound of my voice that will go with you wherever you go, however deep you drift. And just allowing yourself to relax deeper and deeper as we go on. With every breath you breathe in and out. And you can allow yourself to have a calm, clear mind. Any thoughts, any distractions just melting away with your breathing, so you have no thoughts, no distractions, just a calm, clear mind. And mentally shutting out any unnecessary thoughts, any worries, as they all just melt away with your breathing. And as your body physically relaxes deeper and deeper, as you sit or lay very comfortably, there may be times as we go on that your body feels so deeply relaxed that there may be times that you do not even feel your body at all. won't be able to feel your body at all. But your mind mentally very highly alert, very highly aware of each and every word you hear me say. A heightened state of concentration and awareness. Aware of everything that is being said and everything that is going on. And your subconscious mind is very open, becoming very open to new ideas that will have a very strong, beneficial influence over you, so that you progress and better yourself and better your life to your maximum potential. Now I am going to take you step by step through a process that will show you how to manifest whatever you really, really want and truly desire in your life. I shall take you through this process. I will guide you the whole way through, step by step. And all as you have to do is just relax and follow each and every word you hear me say. But just before I do that, part of the very important process of all of this is that I explain to you about your main 3 inner senses. You have 3 main inner senses of your mind. You have visualization, you have inner auditory hearing, and you have inner sense of feeling. And your inner visualization is where you have an eye inside your mind, called your mind's eye, that sees all of your inner thoughts, images, pictures, colours, visualizations, just the same as the physical eyes on your face see the outside world of everything that happens in your everyday life. And your mind's eye sees the inner world inside of you and sees all of your thoughts in visualization. And your mind's eye sees just as clearly as the physical eyes on your face, that it can be as clear as when you are dreaming, when you sleep at night, and your mind's eye sees so vividly and clearly. You may not even be able to tell if the physical eyes on your face are open or closed, because you see just as clearly inside your mind that you may wonder if your physical eyes are open or closed. And you have an inner sense of auditory hearing, just like the ears on the sides of your head hear all of the sounds around you in your everyday life, all of the talk of communication when people speak to you. And just the same, your inner ears, your inner auditory hearing hears all of the sounds of all of your thoughts, hears all of the words that you say to yourself inside your mind. Have you ever had a song, music go round in your head? And you can hear that music just as clearly as if someone was playing it out loud for real. And that is your inner auditory hearing. You can hear all of the sounds and words in your mind and in your imagination. And you also have, lastly, an inner sense of feeling, where you can imagine in your mind how something feels. The same as if you were watching a sad film on the television and you could feel the emotions of the person in the film on the television. And you can imagine and feel in your body how it would feel if something physically touched you. You can imagine how that would feel. Okay. So those are your inner senses, and you will be using them throughout the process that I take you step by step, where I'm going to teach you manifestation. And when I teach you manifestation, it will complement any knowledge that you already have on this subject. And if you are new to the subject and it's not something you have heard much about before or anything at all, it will help you understand it to such a deep level that the understanding on this manifestation will be programmed into your subconscious mind. And you will find that you just naturally use this ability on a natural subconscious level. It will be natural for you, and it will be an ability that will serve you very well, as you will be able to create and manifest all of your dreams and all of your desires. Okay, now we shall begin. The first initial parts of manifestation is to establish in your mind what you really want. Establish in your mind what you are looking for, what you are wanting and looking to achieve. And this has to be just one thing for the purpose of this exercise, one thing at a time. And what I'm going to do is give you 1 minute of silence in a few moments. And in this 1 minute of silence, you need to establish very thoroughly in your mind what you want. Now, it must be something that is realistic. And at no point are you to think of the negative of what you don't want. It has to be the positive opposite So it's what you do want that you are focusing on. And I'm going to give you that 1 minute of silence to establish this now. Okay, so now I trust that you have thoroughly established what it is that you want. The next stage in this process is you now need to establish any specifications of what you want. So, for example, I'll give you an example. If it was a new job and you wanted to have a different job of your choice, you must specify what this job is. You must specify where the job is, the location, and how much it needs to pay as a minimum to meet your requirements of what you need. And this is, for example, if you didn't drive and you were relying on public transport, then you would need to specify that it must either be local or somewhere you can access by transport quite easily. And also, for example, it must pay a certain amount of money at the very least. So what you need to do is make a list in your mind, make a list of all of the necessary specifications. Otherwise, for example, the example I gave about the new job, if you did not specify, then you would get the perfect job, but only to find that it is 30 miles away from where you live and 2 hours of travelling each way on a bus. So you see, you must specify the absolute needs that this has to be. You must never settle for an outcome that does not match your necessary specifications. And if it happens that an opportunity comes up that does not meet your specifications, then you reject that opportunity and you learn from it, and then you make another specification so that unsuitable opportunity will never happen again. So that's what you would do with your specifications. You be very clear on what they must be. Very clear on what the opportunity is not to be and what it must be. So, bearing in mind now what it was that you thoroughly established that you wanted, I will now give you 1 minute of silence to establish all of your specifications that surrounds what you are asking for. And I give you that 1 minute of silence now. Okay. Now I trust that you were able to make a list in your mind of any necessary specifications surrounding what you have asked for. Now here is what you do next, the next stage of this process is to imagine in your mind, to use your imagination to create a fantasy that you have already achieved what you are asking for. You imagine in your mind like a fantasy, using your 3 inner senses that I explained to you. You create fantasies that you have already achieved it. You imagine scenarios that are complete fantasies, but that you have already achieved it and you have it, what you have asked for. You use your imagination to truly believe that you already have it. You fantasize in your mind and believe that you already have it. Now you may know that they're fantasies, but that's all part of it, because you have the most realistic fantasies in your mind that imagine, totally using your imagination to believe that you have already achieved it. And then what you do is those fantasies, you replay the fantasies over and over again in your mind. Over and over again you replay them. And you do this as much as you can, as often as you can, whenever is appropriate, on a daily basis, as often as you can, whenever is appropriate at an appropriate time. You replay those fantasies as often as you can throughout your mind. And then what will happen as a result is the universe, and the universe which is connected to your consciousness inside your mind will replicate all of your thoughts, all of your fantasies on this subject. Okay. So what I am now going to do is I'm going to give you 2 minutes of silence. And in that 2 minutes of silence, you need to create the scenarios that I have explained of having achieved what it is that you want. And I will give you that 2 minutes of silence now. Okay. Now I trust that you were able to create those fantasy scenarios and replay them over and over again in your mind, so that the universe connected to your consciousness inside your mind will inevitably at some point replicate all of your thoughts on this subject. And what will happen is an opportunity, or a series of opportunities, will happen in your life. They will become a reality, and this will lead you up to achieving what you asked for. The universe will replicate all of your thoughts inevitably at some points. And these opportunities that are presented to you, you follow your intuition as to which opportunities feel the right decision for you, that meet your specifications to a reasonable, acceptable level. And you go with your gut feeling as to if these opportunities feel the right way, and if they are not the right way, then you reject the opportunities. And the right one will come. And what you will find is, step by step, you will work towards and achieve what you truly wanted by these opportunities that take you one step closer to the manifestation and what you have asked for becoming a reality in your life. Everything in your reality started by a thought, and thoughts become things. But one thing that is very important that you must understand is about the how. You must never think of how you will achieve what you have asked for. The how is up to the universe. The when it happens, the when is up to the universe. How and when what you have asked for happens is not for you to decide. Because you must never think about how it's going to happen. Because if you do, manifestation will not work and you'll never achieve what you asked for. How it happens, you have to leave open. As long as you have your specifications, how it happens, you leave it open. And what the universe will do is it will give you the best possible way, the most realistic possible way, and the most plausible possible way of it happening in your life. And when it happens is also for you to leave up to the universe to react to how often you are having these fantasies of what you are asking for, the scenarios that you are imagining in your head. The more you fantasize, the more you fantasize of these outcomes, the more you fantasize about these scenarios, the better the manifestation will work. And that's really sums it up. All of your thoughts will inevitably manifest. Whether they are good or bad thoughts, all of your thoughts will inevitably happen. So choose the good thoughts, because thoughts become things. And with your manifestation, go for it, because all of your dreams and all of your desires will be yours if you follow this step-by-step procedure of establishing what you want as number one. Number two, you establish all your specifications. And thirdly, you fantasize about the scenarios that will give you what you want. And then lastly, number four, you wait to receive. And you will receive. You'll receive much greatness in your life. You deserve the best. You deserve for all your dreams and desires to come true. And manifestation goes back hundreds of years in history. Wise men have always understood manifestation. And nowadays, in modern times, manifestation is quite well known about. But there is an art and there is a knack to doing so. There is a knack to achieving manifestation. And the most important, powerful part is the fantasies of the scenarios. How good you can visualize with your inner visual sense. How good your inner auditory hearing and your inner sense of feeling is used to fantasize these scenarios of having achieved what you want. You always think of the end result, the outcome of what you have asked for. The stages that lead up to how you achieve it is up to the universe. So I wish you luck. I wish you luck with your manifestation, and the more you achieve, the better you'll understand it, and the better you understand it, the more you'll use it. And I ask your subconscious minds now, I ask your subconscious minds to allow all of these instructions that I have said to you, for your subconscious mind to allow this understanding to go deep in the back of your mind, causing a deep and lasting impression there. So you can allow all of those suggestions to have full impact, and you can use them as you wish throughout your daily life. I ask your subconscious mind to allow the procedure of manifestation to happen naturally for you, so that you do it naturally, you do it well, you do it very well, and it works very well for you. And the more you achieve, the better you understand it, and the better you understand it, the better you get, and the more and more you'll manifest throughout your life. Whatever you desire, whether it's love related, health related, money related, whatever you truly desire, I wish for you that all of your dreams come true. Okay. Now, in a few moments' time, I'm going to awaken you and end this hypnotherapy. But just before I do, I just want to give you a few final words. Using your inner senses of visualization, hearing and feeling, thoughts become things. So do it well. Do it well for yourself. Think all of those wonderful thoughts about everything that you've always wanted. The fantasies, the scenarios. And what you will find is inevitably the universe will replicate all of your thoughts so that you achieve everything you've always wanted and beyond. Okay. In a few moments' time, you'll hear me count from 1 to 10. You'll become more and more awake with each ascending number. By the count of 8, you'll open your eyes, and by the count of 10, you'll be fully wide awake. 1, 2, 3, waking yourself up. 4, 5, 6, more and more awake. 7, 8, opening your eyes. 9 and 10, fully wide awake.